ochre. Almost forgot what it was. And let's just do this on this big giant canvas. We'll just figure it out. Just drop it in. Thick as you want, thin as you want, same 2 colors. Come down in here. We'll have this big section of sky. You can see how it's kind of laid thick on my brush bowl. And that way we can get a little bit more viewage, right? If that's a word. All right, let's go into our blue. It's that dark blue. A little bit on the brush. It's very powerful, the blue. It wants to grow a lot. A little bit of black, okay? We're gonna come in and we're gonna fill up, starting from the edge, dropping the thickest part there, and then we can pull it and blend it. And as we pull towards the color, we're kind of pulling our brush away so it doesn't drag too much of that dark color into our light color.
Yay! Thank you so much, Roberta.
Yeah, tap, 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 tap. That's what it's about. Tap, tap, tappies. Okay, again, I don't want to pull it too far in there because when we start to blend is when it's going to really want to grow. So you don't want to have too much paint on there to start. About the same distance there. We can even pull a bit of dark in there if you wanted to. Just all depends what you want to do, right? Just sort of at the same angles though. I'm trying to keep the same angles in our sky. There we go. Just like that, right? Now we're gonna go blend it all together. Which means we're gonna wanna wash our brush.
Hey babe, how do you wash your brushes?
So I have low odor mineral spirits, and then I have my little beater bucket down here, which is getting full. And I have a golf ball basket where I can literally just beat the brush clean, right? And if I'm doing it down here, it stays into the bucket. So every time you see me bend down, that's like when Bob used to beat it on his easel over there and spray it everywhere. But I don't want to spray it all over this nice little room. So I keep it contained in my little bucket. Thanks for asking. All right, now we're drying it off on a paper towel, with basically just hitting the corner of the, the edge of my table and dabbing it on the paper towel, trying to get off some of this paint thinner on there. You don't need to get all of it off, but you don't want it to be dripping wet when you go up here either. And we're gonna start in the brightest area, right? We can even take a bit of white. Bit of titanium white, put it right there, and just blend it out. You get this nice bright area, nice and white. And we'll go here. Now, I don't want to come into our dark areas before I'm done blending this bright area. Otherwise, we're going to drag those colors in where they don't belong. Okay, back here. Kind of pulling some of the yellow out, dragging some of the crimson back in, maintaining those angles, right?
Tanya's here. Roberta Harris is here.
Hello, guys. Welcome, all the members.
Jennifer is here.
Speaking of members, if you want to sign up for the channel and get more than you bargained for, and get all the class videos and all the little paint with Josh, or the cook with Josh videos, all the silly stuff we do, right? All the dumb stuff that we do, that we don't want to show to the entire world. We just show to the paying members. So if you want to become a paying member, if you're watching, I think it should be anywhere, or John can post the link to become a member of the Super Squad, right? I changed the name to the Super Squad. So if you want to become a member of the Super Squad and really get those deep, in-depth class videos, then it's $7.99 a month, and you pay right through YouTube, right? So you pay YouTube, and then YouTube pays me. So you sign up through YouTube. There's no other link, no other site. It's just right through YouTube. You can sign up, and that'll get you, I think, 15 class videos we have now. The price will always remain the same, but I'll continue to add one new class video a month. So you'll have more, the longer that you're a member, the more value you'll get. There we go. All right, now we've blended out this nice pretty sky. Do we fill it with clouds or not? Or do we leave it like that? It's very nice. What if we did just like I want a couple more streaks. So I'm just gonna go very lightly into the crimson, right? Because I don't want a whole lot. I can always add more. So we're gonna go very light. Very light. Then we're gonna come in at same kind of angle, just so lightly touching because I don't want to drop this big chunk in there that I'm gonna have to blend out. So almost like we're doing a black canvas. We're just barely touching it, and whatever comes off, comes off. Just get that little difference in color. Can you guys see the new shirt? We haven't even talked about the new shirt.
I know, right?
It's amazing, this shirt. So, differences in color. If you can't see the bottom, right? That's what it says down.
Hold on. Oh.
Don't show my butt crack to the whole world.
Beep,
All right.
beep, 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 beep.
But yeah,
There it is.
differences in color. All right, back to the painting. Back to the painting.
By the way, I just want to let you know that your wife just typed in a link and it was wrong.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
cool.
you can't do
I
paint.
retracted it.
You have to do the channel.ucg27 blah blah blah. It's
Oh,
the
no,
whole long thing.
No, you can do -C paint with Josh -join and it does work.
I tried that before, and the lady had a problem.
It
But
works. Trust.
either way, it's in the bottom of the description of the YouTube video. Scroll all the way down, you'll be able to find it. Look at that. It looks pretty neat. We need some more dark in there, though, I think, guys. We're going to switch back to our dark brush. Very lightly into the blue. More crimson than blue, because we want to make purple. So then come back, a little bit more tap. A couple little taps. I don't want the blue to go into this yellow, it'll go green. But if we have enough crimson with it and it's purple, then it won't go green. Right? There we go. Looking good. Now let's see. Maybe we do like it's going up. Who knows? I kind of like it like that. Let's just see what a little bit of darker color is going to look like down here. There we go. Maintaining these same angles for everything. I like that. That's not bad. Now, every time you see me look over here to the side, I'm not looking at a reference photo. We had someone ask that last week. I was looking at a reference photo. It's actually a big TV over here that shows me what you guys are seeing. Right? I can't... Being so close to a project, you know, some of the times you can't see the whole thing. And so I'll take a step back and I'll look and kind of see where I need to blend stuff or where I need to fix something. And that'll allow you guys to have a better view, right? If I can't see what I'm doing up here, what kind of a video are we gonna make?
Right?
If we can't see.
You know, it'd be super cool if we could get all the members on YouTube in the same live chat.
Oh, if all, I think it's like 17 or 18 now.
Yeah! Wouldn't that be cool?
It would be neat if all the members would watch at the same time.
I mean, they do across platforms, but it would just be cool
a little bit
to
too
see
dark up there for me.
to see all the little icons next to their name.
Yeah, right. There we go. A little bit more crimson up into this area.
Yeah, Sienna agrees. That would be cool. Jennifer, it is a 30 by 30
Yes, 30 by 30.
canvas. Which just reminds me, I did just go in to edit the description.
Oh yeah, I should have done that before.
And I failed to change it.
I always forget to do that. Okay.
So
I think we've got our sky sufficiently blended. I like that. It's like a bug, you know, very far away clouds.
Okay, let's fix the colors. What colors do you have?
Dark. They're already there. Dark sienna.
Yeah, but I've got to delete the other ones.
Okay, get rid of Van Dyke brown, sap green, and phthalo blue. And the red and Indian yellow. I don't have that either. All right.
What about yellow ochre?
Yep,
And
I have yellow ochre and cad yellow. I don't have
Oh.
bright red. I don't have Indian. And I don't have the darker brown, Van Dyke brown, and the...
alizarin crimson?
Yep, I got that too.
Midnight black?
Yep, I got them all. Here we go. All right. Just went over the bottom, just very lightly, to kind of almost dump any amount of color that was on the brush back here. Now, I don't want to have too much paint down here. I want to leave it very much the liquid white that is initially there. And that way we'll get a lot of sheen. If we want to have, you know, sand back here, then we'll have a lot of that reflective wet sand area. But if you cover it with paint, it's not going to be as bright. So don't go too nuts. We got to decide where our horizon's going to be in this painting. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? All right. I have an idea. Let's take a little bit of midnight black, titanium white, midnight black, alizarin crimson, and the Prussian blue. And we'll mix them up into this deep, dark, kind of black, purpley color. And the more blue and crimson, the more purple, the more black, the more dark black it's going to be. So, depending on what you want, it's going to get a little bit brighter when we put it with this liquid white. So, make it dark.
Jonathan Everly is here.
Jonathan Everly
Is here.
And is Leslie watching? I'm Leslie's biggest fan.
They had a huge ice storm and they just got their power back.
Oh no, huge ice storm. Okay, let's do that over there. And then we'll do this over here. And then we'll throw some of that in there, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. Let's see. Maybe off in our sky, we got this little, we're going to throw like a small, very small little bit of paint. Kind of make it straight though, Josh. Can't have it be all crazy, right? There we go. Little bit of land back here. What's it belong to? No one knows. No one knows. We're gonna take our.
We will by the end.
Yeah, by the end we're gonna find out.
Sucks.
I don't know why. My
hate
phone
it.
is on there. It's the better camera.
Yeah, I just think that.
It's the better
I
connectivity.
think it's YouTube.
There
Hey,
we go.
YouTube, if you're listening, just play the video, please.
Yeah, right. Man, that looks. That's gonna look good,
Tanya says, of course, we can read your mind.
right? I'm gonna add a couple little more humps to this guy back here. Again, not too much paint because it's gonna want to grow on us, right? So use a small amount that we can manage and kind of blend into the rest of that little bit of land down here. And then we can always darken it up if it needs it. There we go. Grab some of this from over here, bring it over here. Just to make that color the same. I don't want to have the straight line, and you know, I don't like having pointy rocks either, where they're straight up and down. It kind of looks like butt cheeks a little bit.
I like it.
Call it butt cheek point. Why do you guys even watch me? Is the
Butt
question.
cheek mound.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, YouTube.
Now we've never done a lighthouse before, so we might as well do it live on camera in front of everyone, right? We know what the shape looks like. So, ooh, how big do we want to make this sucker is the question. Right? Oh, there it is. It's there now. And I guess it's about that tall. Just very lightly touching, right? In case I don't like it and I have to go back and blend it out. Very lightly touching it. All right, we're gonna fill it in. Kind of doing these little rounded curves, right? So I can have it in my mind. Oh, it's break
Break
time.
time.
Break time! State flower. So I can have it in my mind, the shape of this guy, right? And then I'm gonna step back and I'm gonna look at it and go, okay, where does it need to, what do I need to fix in order to make it look right? Can't be wavy, that's for sure. And then we can go back in, and the more and more we touch it, the darker it's gonna become. I think I've gotta fix the edge over here. Just keep very slowly widening it out, is all I'm doing. Is it straight? You guys gotta tell me if it's straight or not.
If what straight?
If the lighthouse is
Butt
straight.
cheek mountain? Oh. Are we painting a lighthouse?
Yeah,
Oh, you amaze me.
thanks.
Sometimes it's an octopus, sometimes it's a windy thing from the ceiling to the floor. It's my ignorant response. Sometimes it's an igloo. You just never really know what you're going to end up with. I guess I should have
Yeah.
assumed with Seascapes at some point there would have been a building.
There is now.
I did not.
The
make
more
that
paint we put on there, the
connection.
darker it gets, the harder it's gonna make to go away. So now it's there.
That's all right, Josh. We watch you so that you can gracefully erase mistakes.
Right.
So if
For
you,
some reason, I can't get the. This is why you start small, because you have to keep extending it outwards.
yeah, whatever you do, whether it's a
There we go.
UFO
All right.
or a lighthouse or a barn,
Yeah,
always,
anything
always,
start
always
small.
start small.
Okay, I need all this dark paint on the other side. So we're gonna pull it to the side. This canvas is so wavy too. Look at that. Look at the difficulty I have to deal with
Do you
for
want?
you guys.
It's like painting on a piece of toilet paper.
Yeah. Shit, came out of my lines. All right. It's gonna have to get a little bit bigger. Again, we're not using a whole lot of paint. Remember, not using a whole lot of paint because we're gonna come in and add waves and all this stuff too. So now I have to fix that. Man,
I gotta be honest, it looks really good. Like unintentionally, it looks almost 3D already.
right, yeah, all about the light and dark side, the shadowing.
Of the moon.
There we go. Sometimes you just gotta get up close. That's better. Yeah, and if we can make this side darker, right? Because all the light's over here. If we can make this side darker, or dark enough, and highlight the other side, then...
Gemma says, I see nothing wrong at all.
Not yet. Maybe we'll just do like a smokestack. If we can't figure out how to paint the top, we'll just do a smokestack.
It's a teepee by the seascape.
Yeah. Very tall teepee. Well, you know, back then the Indians had to warn fellow sailors. It's not true. There would not be a reason for a teepee in this scene. Okay. How does the top look, though?
Sitting.
The top is like a square with like a...
With a light.
Yeah. Square with a light inside. Okay. Let's switch back to a white brush, right? Just so I can get this side a little bit lighter.
Jacob Hayes is here. Luann Scruggs says, show us how you fix something, and have you ever just painted over a canvas if you're not happy with it?
All the time. All the time. I'll wait till it's dry, I'll cover it in liquid black, wait till that's dry, and then, dang it, I just came out of the lines again. It's alright, the shape's all messed up. And then I'll go back and I'll paint like a night scene or a dark wave scene or something. Oh, this is that broken brush. Get out of here with that nonsense.
Remember, if you head over to Amazon, you can buy all the brushes that are not broken through Amazon directly. Josh does have an affiliate shop with Amazon. He does make a few pennies for everything that you purchase, so please go on there, buy a yacht.
Yeah, if you buy a yacht, I might make $10. That'd be crazy. Don't know what I'm gonna do.
Be like, babe, someone just bought a $9 million yacht through your Amazon affiliate link. He'll be like, how much was that? Be like, $8.72.
Like, what's my cut? $8. All right.
It's literally like that.
Thanks,
right?
Amazon.
So, just in case anyone thinks that you've done a huge thing because you've gone through the link, it doesn't cost you any more money to do it. This is an affiliate program offered by Amazon.
Can you pull up a picture of a
just
lighthouse?
A regular lighthouse?
Yeah, I want to see the top before I do this. I have to leave room for the light area to shine bright. There's like a little bridge around the top. There's a roof.
Hold on.
Just let me see any lighthouse. I don't live on the ocean, so I have to...
Like that?
Let me see. Yeah, right on. Okay. So, I need a little square. This bit needs to come out. Okay. So, we'll do like a... do like a little lip. It comes out like that.
I gotta be honest, babe. On camera, that shirt looks fire.
Is it good?
Hey, if somebody wanted a Paint with Josh Differences in color shirt, do you know where they could get one?
You can get one either on, you can get one through Facebook or my Shopify or my Etsy store. They're all right there. Okay, little lip on the top. That's good enough. Trying to do it with a fan brush might not have been the best choice. There's a lot of little bristles that can pop out in places you don't want. Let's see. Gotta fix the lines, man. Gotta fix the lines. There we go. Just fling it out to the side a little, just so we have a little bit of rooftop to it. Then we're gonna have like the bit of the lighthouse itself. The inside bit.
Jennifer says, it's looking good, don't give up and throw that brush out the window.
Yeah. Okay, so we got our inside bit, and then we can mess with that. And what's the top look like?
Oh.
You took it away.
I'm sorry.
So it's like a, all right. So we would do like a little roof, like a little slanty roof. Like this. And then we'll put like a little dinger on the top. Okay, that'll be good. Again, this is just very lightly done. And that way, if I don't like it or if I make a giant mistake, I can I can change it. And then we'll come back in and really, yeah, there we go. That looks like your lighthouse, babe. if I could get it like, you know, respectively correct.
Ryan Hessen says, I'll buy a yacht, then return it once you got your $8.
Yes. Thank you.
Don't do that. They'll probably take $8 back from.
Yeah, right. There we go. I'm trying not to touch the inside because we're going to try to lay white in there and have it look right. It's all about the shape of the roof compared to the you know, the thing. After looking at it one time, okay? Looked at it once, guys. Glanced at it. Let's see. Okay, now we're gonna really have to come in here with our small brushes, our micro liner brushes, which you can find in my Amazon affiliate link, amazon.com/shop/happylandscapeart. That's where those can be found. Gonna get a little bit of our paint thinner into this little pile of like crimson down here, just to keep it nice. Maybe a little bit of white in there, brighten it up. Come back over here. See how runny it is? It wants to like run off your palette. It's so wet.
Josh, Luann has a question. She says, do you always use oils or acrylics?
No, I always use oils, just exclusively. I can't paint in acrylic. It doesn't work for me. But oils I can sort of get to work, so every so often.
Sort of get to work. I'm lucky I can get oil in a pan.
Oil in a pan.
No paint needed.
Yeah. Okay, I'm kind of just filling in my roof with this kind of purpley crimsony color. Now that we've decided where our roof is, I'm going to kind of fill it in, try to be as straight as possible, right? It's hard with a little liner brush to get in your, you know, just your hand to get a very straight line. It takes a lot of practice, and I still mess it up often. You can push too hard and have one little bristle like slide out, and then boom, you're screwed. Let's see, put this
By the way, for anyone watching, I can confirm that we are not actually frozen. Just the artist is paying very close attention.
Yeah,
to the
I'm just
canvas.
going very slow. We're not frozen yet. There we go.
Into the onion.
Yeah. For some reason, that one that I looked at had a little bulb on the top, so.
I like that.
That's what it looks like.
That's a friggin' perfect little lighthouse right there.
All right, now let's get some white. And maybe some liquid white. So it becomes very thin. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I gotta put the light in there still, but I wanna do like maybe like a pattern, like this downward swipe, if we can get it to connect on both sides. Right, and then maybe down here. Same thing, but like this little kind of downward swipe, right? It's not straight across. It's kind of like a spiral.
Like a candy cane.
Yeah. And getting it to fill in on the other side is the thing. Yeah. And then we'll brighten it up a little bit. But that looks pretty good to me. And you can really go in and make them, you know, put your liner brush in there with them and really fill it in. See, I got too much white up here. Too much. So we'll go back in with our dark brush and just kind of shape it until we like the way that it looks. It's not too bad. I need more of an angle down here though. What do you think, babe?
I think it looks fantastic.
Cool.
Oh, YouTube's frozen.
Oh. Fantastic. It's always a good time when we paint with Josh and everything freezes.
There you go.
So if you do get a freezing moment wherever you're watching, go to Facebook or go to YouTube, depending on which one is acting up today. It's always a pain in the butt, and I'm sorry. We're going to take a liner brush and just make a dark line straight down around our thing. Kind of gives it a little bit of a rounded look if you have this dark line down the side. It's almost like when you have an illustrator doing cartoons and there's a dark line around everything. And try to make it as straight as you possibly can. I don't know what that is. I Like something happened there. Sometimes you can take it away just like that. Sometimes not. This canvas is like so wavy. He's so wavy, you guys. I like that. See that? See the difference between having the dark line on one side and not the other side? It gives it this rounded look. So, gotta get your smallest brush. Your very, very smallest brush you can find. Or like modify yours to take out some bristles or something. Get a lot of paint thinner on your brush. And just try to be as straight as you can possibly be. Bam. See? Looks cool. Looks neat. Let's try to connect those dark lines around the top right here.
I'm kind of digging that lighthouse, babe.
Just did. Oh, it's even gonna look better if we do it a little bit darker. Okay. It's hard to find a spot to touch this sucker. Here we go. Little, oh, almost moved. Little dark line. The rounded edge right around the top. Look at that, then it looks flat. That's cool. That's so cool, Josh. There we go. All right. Now let's put like a good bit of white in there. What brush are we going to use to do that? We use this little micro fan brush. That might be good. Okay, a little bit of liquid white into our thick titanium white, just pure titanium white and liquid white. So it's nice and goopy and liquidy. Then we're going to try to fill in this area. Let's see what we can do here. All right. I want it to be like so white, so you have to get it right on your first go. Otherwise, it immediately starts mixing with those other colors, and then you can't get it very white. Go back and grab more white, and just keep layering it on top of itself until it's a brighter, see that? It's brighter on the inside than it is. But the more you mix, the more it's going to try to mix with that yellow background color that was behind there, which is why we left, we didn't put any of this other stuff on there too. And I kind of like that it's a circle like that versus, I mean, it's an odd shape. It doesn't fill in the whole thing. Okay, now I want to go back. Since I can see it, I want to get a little bit of the low odor mineral spirits again into our little crimson-y color that we had this guy with, right? And then maybe out somewhere, there's like a little gate in front of it. So if we can just make a little rounded line, maybe a couple little downward swipes, and now all of a sudden we have this little gate inside. You can even do that on the outside. Look at this. A little bit bigger.
Oh, hold on. We're almost there, actually. No, I'm lying. We have Annette Babcock, we have John Krasniak, we have Jennifer, we have Nina. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Connect those bits around the side. Yes! Yes, guys, when you guys zoom in on this later, when I post this, woo! Woo! You gotta zoom in and see these things because they turned out really good.
Hey guys, if you tuned in late, if you could share, like, text this to your grandma, please just share it with everybody.
There we go. Oh my goodness, guys. It's like a little walkway. You can see that, right?
I can see it. It's beautiful.
And that looks cool. We might have to use our white glitter today, too. Hey! Oh, what if we got like a glob of glitter just from my easel and tried to get it? No, screw it. I'm not going to mess with it. I'm not going to mess with it. Okay. All right, let's decide what else we got to do. How long has this been? An hour already to paint this sucker?
He's like, I've drawn 2 stripes in 48 minutes.
There we go. A little bit of there, a little bit of that. I like that. Okay, we gotta have a darker top, darker side to our top though. So, gonna get just straight crimson. If all the lights on this side, we have to have one side be darker.
Luann says, love this, but then again, I like all your stuff.
Thank you.
Andy Caccioli says, looking good, Josh.
Thank you.
Is it perspectively correct, Andy?
Yeah, right, is it?
You'll never live this out. Even when Josh has like 15 million followers on YouTube, I'm still gonna be like, hey, Andy. I promise you.
I'm sure he'll love that. Okay, half of our little ball and half of the, well, more than half of the roof.
Luann says, that's called perfection.
Ah, that's funny.
That is beautiful though, babe.
Thank you. All right, let's wash some of these brushes because I almost am running out. Can't paint with all these dirty brushes.
I mean, so far you've done a wonderful job.
Yeah. Dab those dry. Got 2 more. You can see the difference between the brush we use for nighttime dark canvases and the brush we use for daytime scenes to keep it nice and bright.
Hey, babe, did anyone give you the idea to paint a lighthouse today?
Did anyone give me the idea?
Yeah. Is it just a nice wintry life that we're living here in Las Vegas at 40 degrees?
Oh, it's not 40. It's probably
It'd be better with some sea breeze.
probably close to 60 now.
Annette Babcock says there's loads of lighthouses where she lives.
Oh yeah, in Maine, I'm sure.
Yeah, I knew she was going to say that too.
In freaking Maine, man. Trying to make this pole a little bit darker. Right, got a shadowy side and a lighter side to everything. Gotta be. Can't do the whole thing because of why, guys? Differences in color, that's why. Did that work?
I don't
Were you
know,
able
but
to
that
see
was
it?
the cutest thing I've ever seen.
All right. Let's see.
Andy Caccioli said, London is my favorite. She is the only person that tells me to shut up more than my wife. It's not actually true, Andy. I think it was only that one video where I told you to shut up. You good now?
Yeah, she's good at that, Andy.
Yeah.
Trust.
Taloka, just make lists for me to do. 80-20.
Yeah, 80-20. There we go. All right. Making it, just giving us a little bit. The more we work this way, the more kind of rounded sort of beach we can imagine coming, maybe being in front, right? Looks kind of cool.
Looks awesome, babe. I think realistically, you could just stop now and no one would mind.
No one would mind? All right. Okay, guys. Well, until next week, we have a new painting coming out. Oh, do you want to run downstairs and get that new painting before like the end of the show? And then we have, you know, we always go, we don't have it.
Yeah, I'll do that and bring up a candle too.
Okay, cool. All right. Now remember, got a lot of room to fill here.
I was going to say differences in color.
All right, we're going to go back to our fan brush. Differences in color.
You said, and remember.
And remember, guys, differences in color.
We're going to have to film you a theme song.
You're like, da-na-na-na, differences in color. Ba-na-na-na. Da-da-da-da-da. No?
Da-da-da-da.
Yeah, someone make a theme song for me. Anyone talented, can you make a theme song for me?
Jennifer, the shirt is $45.50 on Etsy. I did drop the link in both YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, it's a little pricey, this shirt, but it's the all-over print. It's like jersey material. It's very light and breathable. It's nice. All right, little phthalo green, little Prussian blue, little snag of the cad yellow. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. I want to have all these little different colors in my ocean, right? So we're going to make like this kind of oceany green color. Then we're going to go back, kind of phthalo green, phthalo blue by itself color. Maybe a little bit of white.
David Sutter says, love lighthouses.
Thanks, David. See, now we have 2 different colors of green that we can use kind of in our water back here. Maybe only really in the back. So let's take, let's go with the darker one here. Well, we'll go a little bit of both, actually. Kind of mix them up just very lightly, like 2 or 3 swipes on each side. And then we're going to come in, let's say our ocean lives out there. And actually, we got to bring it up higher than our horizon. Okay. Really try to make it as straight as you can. I know it's hard.
John Krasniak says, wish it would look good on my fat ass. And I know categorically he's not talking about the fact that you only carry size medium in your shop. Do you? How many sizes do you offer in that shirt, babe?
There's every size, I think. Large, medium, I think it goes up to like 3X, honestly. I think it does. Right, look, we're gonna leave some of these little lighter areas, right? All this is reflected light off of the water. So don't cover it all. Make like little, maybe you come up and you connect right here. Maybe even there we connect, right? But we have these little differences. Leave that little one there. Then we come over, maybe there's like a bit of water rushing in this way, you can imagine. Maybe we come up and connect here, but we don't connect over there. We connect here, but we don't connect over there. And we just start to bring the water in very softly, I'm not even barely holding the brush, right? You can hear it just by the, look at that. I'm holding it so lightly that I'm not even getting any paint on the canvas. That's how lightly we're touching
You're
the brush.
holding it so lightly that
And then the more we push, the more of that color will come out.
the
See what I
me
mean?
typing in the background is louder.
Yeah, you can hear London's typies. There we go. Blend that in together. Take a clean brush and kind of, again with the long side, so it has to blend through all the bristles. All those bristles it has to blend through. Pull it over straight. Take a step back and look and see, what do you think looks the best? You know what I mean? Jelly beans. You knows what I means. There we go. Nice sky. Didn't make it down to the water down there. And who knows how far we're going to come down with that water. There we go. Again, we have these little light areas and dark areas and little places. Places where things are little living. They're happening down here.
By the way, you get bonus points if you watch Josh's videos, and then when I finish watching him paint, I turn to read your comment and it makes me laugh out loud. You get bonus points for that. John Krasniak just wrote, can you get Omar the tent maker to make me one in my size?
The tent maker. Can't be that big, John. You got a whole tent? If you are, just go on a walk. Do something.
J Fry RN, which
Yeah.
makes me think it's a nurse. I think I said this like two. I have deja vu right now. Says that is stunning.
Thank you. Thanks so much. All right, you guys can see I've left this area with nothing in it, right? We can choose to make a big wave right here. We could have this all be like sheen on the water because we haven't put any paint on it yet. There we go. And we can just kind of look, just from that we can guide our water on this line, right? Fill the whole rest of this thing up with sand. Or we can continue to bring the water in and change it down here and then fill this up with sand. Depends on what you want to do, what you want yours to look like, right? You just got to take a step back. That's why I look at the TV over here. Take a look and I go, okay, maybe a little bit more. So we'll come in a little bit more on this side. Or maybe,
Do you know?
it needs to be darker back here or lighter back there.
Do you know what I think we should do, babe?
What?
I think it would be really important that
I wanted to bring another mountain in here, but I don't think we have enough space now.
when the painting is finished, right? If everybody either, and we can pick a channel before the painting's over, but everyone move to one channel and we'll show you a sneaky peek of what it looks like at what Josh is looking at. Because there are a lot of people that think Josh has a picture that looks like that stuck on the wall that he's copying.
Right.
It's not.
Grab one of the cameras and turn it.
Well, I was just going to wait till the painting was
Show
done.
them. I'm looking at myself on the TV so
What am I
you guys
doing?
can see. Grab
Let's
the...
do Facebook.
Yeah, just rotate it. The thing doesn't turn, so you have to rotate the whole thing.
I'm aware. I'm doing so.
But yeah, all
So
I'm doing
this
is looking at myself,
This
looking
is
at...
the side. See, there's the door. There's YouTube. There's a ring light. There's a third camera, and then there's this TV.
So yeah, we don't look at anything, but just look at what it looks like to you guys. Because I'm looking at it from an angle, and a lot of times I'll paint my thing on like this downward slope because I'm looking at it, at a certain way. So I have I have to have your view to be able to see
For
what it
anyone
looks
that
like.
got motion sickness, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, that looks good though. All right, again, we've left this area so light, still has the Bob Ross liquid white on there, right? Haven't done anything, but because we put this, that little bit of crimson that we had on our brush, that almost looks like sand to me. You know what I mean? We don't have to, it could be white sand. We don't have to do much to it.
Hey, for anyone new that's just joined, if you could please share the video, share Josh's page. It's free to do. It doesn't cost you any money to support Josh and his art. He has a lot of affiliate programs out there, so if you could just share it, or more people would watch his YouTube. He does make residual income off that. So don't think that you have to rush to his store, and you know, if you can't afford something, then you can't support him, because there are a ton of other
hit the
free
share button.
supporting acts that you can do.
Hit the like button. You know, you
go on YouTube and just let one of his YouTube videos play while you're cooking or cleaning the kitchen, or
just leave that sucker on. And let it play on my playlist, and it'll just rotate forever. And that'll help me out, just because YouTube will see more minutes watched, and then
Google will be like, oh, people think he's relevant.
Yeah, he's relevant.
I can't say relevant any other way than that.
There we go. All right, we're kind of shaping what I want our little wave lines to look like as they're coming in this way. Just with very light amount of paint on the brush, right? Because then we can always go back and blend it out and make it look exactly like it was before. But every so often, you stop and you look and you go, ooh, okay, maybe I can put a little bit of white line back here. Maybe I can put a little bit of white over this. And we could have two little rows of floating water coming in like that. Or we could do this, or we could do that. And you know, you can't just blast it on there all together and then go, it didn't work, right? Well, of course, you didn't look at it. You weren't going slow enough and taking a step back and letting the canvas tell you where to go next, just by your swipes, right? It's gonna tell you where to go. What are we gonna do over here? We're kind of stuck in between right now. Dude, we could still put a giant tree, right? Hey, Annette, are there big pine trees by the ocean in Maine? We could do a big tree.
That sounds a little asinine, like.
But are there? I mean, you know.
Are there? Oh, I don't know.
I live in Vegas.
Annette,
there's hotels where I'm at.
Annette, we need you.
Yeah.
J Fry RN says, what colors do you mix for sand?
It's going to be the dark sienna and the liquid white that's already on the canvas, right? We put a little bit of this crimson down here just to kind of get an idea initially before we did the ocean. And then I'll mix the dark sienna with the midnight black and kind of leave that marbled if I want real dark or real wet sand or a real shiny sheet. It's all different. So you'll have, and I don't even know until we get to that point what it's going to look like. And that's no bull crap, guys. I'm telling you, I literally am making it up as we go and looking at it and going, okay, I kind of see now. I can sneak a bit of sand in here. This whole thing, I want to have this like real nice and wet and sheeny, so maybe the sand will come down there. And maybe if Annette says we could put a pine tree in there, then we'll do that. All right, so let's do that now. Let's mix up a little bit of...
Okay, hold on.
Mix up a little bit of sandy color, a little brown and white.
Okay, we've got two very important things. Annette Babcock just said, I had Josh on for about 3 hours a few days ago.
Nice.
It feels like a friend is visiting.
Hey.
That's the other thing. If you play his videos...
Well, it's like I'm just in your room with you, me and you, hanging out. Put me on, we'll hang out. I'm a nice guy. And I'm funny looking, but you know, looks don't count for everything.
Jennifer says there's no pine trees at Cure Beach in North Carolina. However, Annette Babcock says there are pine trees everywhere in Maine. We are the pine tree state.
See? So there's a pine tree in this
one.
Even by
the sea. Even by the sea or the ocean?
Yeah. All right, we're going to come in, same thing we did with our ocean, but we're going to bring in sand, and then we're going to blend it out. Right? Remember, I want to have like the water come in, so it's going to be nice and wet right here, so we're not going to touch that area.
David says, never seen a lighthouse near a pine tree, too much wind.
Well, then we'll have it with all the busted off branches on one side, like it's been blown over. Bob did that in a seascape. I saw Bob Ross do a seascape for 2 pine trees and a giant rock. Okay?
Really?
I can do whatever I want. Yeah. Off the coast of Oregon, he had it was a big. I put it on. It was one of my first ones. I sold to my grandma, and ended up putting it on a pillow.
That was just hilarious that you said sold it to my grandma. Like of all people, and of all the canvases you've sold, the one that we're currently talking about is the one you sold to your grandma.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, see, just mushing it on there, and then we can kind of blend it out. But now we have an idea about where our sand is going to lay. I'm gonna grab another 2-inch brush so we can
Jennifer
make it
said,
soft.
it's your painting. Do it.
Yeah, right. Do whatever the heck I want.
It's your life.
Put a big piece of driftwood down here.
Gemma says, can I rewatch after this?
Yeah, it'll
on
be
Facebook or YouTube.
Yes, it'll be there forever, and then you can stop and rewind and do all that stuff. After the live video is over, it'll just be a regular old video. There we go. I like that. Not too bad. And the more we blend these guys out, if you don't like the lines, just get rid of your lines with some circles, man.
Hey, but I gotta be honest. I've never been so jealous as I am right now.
Of who?
To listen to all these people describe where they live and how they can see, like.
Oh yeah, no, we live in a crappy place. That's for sure. What was that?
Oh, that was your made in Nevada. Are you no longer made in Nevada?
Yeah, I guess not. I fell.
I can't get up to grab it because someone will see me in my pajamas.
Oh, they want to see you in your pajamas, don't you know?
They don't, babe.
They do?
Nope.
There we go. A little bit of... Do you guys want to see London in her pajamas?
No, shut up.
They do want to, though. If you ask them, they would say yes.
Shut up.
There we go. Again,
And
just dropping the smallest little bits of color on there.
Annette Babcock
Kind of
says,
leading it back away. Look at that.
not sure if link is working. Google Base Harbor Lighthouse. It's one of the most famous ones there.
Base Harbor Lighthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, Google that, baby. You're on it.
I'm on it. Will you?
She's on it. She's on it, guys.
I'm always on it.
Hey, Google that. There we go. Back here, it's kind of far away. I'm just gonna let it blend in. Maybe the water has come up too high. Maybe something. Maybe this. Maybe that.
That is not what I was expecting.
With our little bit of land, right?
Babe.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's not what I was expecting, though. I was expecting, like...
That's like a tubby lighthouse.
Yeah. I was expecting, like...
Probably gets made fun of by his friends. Man, I'm funny. See? See, I crack my own wife up.
Okay, hold on. I've got another one to
And
go.
that is the joy of marriage. Being able to make your wife laugh, right?
Driftwood Beach,
There we go.
Jekyll Island. Oh, I don't know where that is, but it sounds like somewhere I should go.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Like I came down below the horizon line, so imagine that, you know, the water continues on back there.
Hey.
Yeah.
This place is like eerie.
What's up?
Look.
Ooh.
Giant bits of driftwood.
Yeah. Our perspective is a higher one, though. If we were down lower on the beach, we could do that. All right, let's take a little bit more.
Anybody else?
Brown.
Any other light?
Oh, maybe there's another, just from that angle, maybe there's another bit of a hill right here. Right? Blend this sucker out.
Hey,
Add some more dark brown.
Someone just ordered. I just got an order.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's somebody watching us right now.
Who's watching?
It's Ryan.
Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan Essen.
Yes.
Are you really doing that right now?
The Ryan I was just talking to? Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I assume the same person unless he's, become a different person in the interim. Yes.
Oh, okay. What's up, Ryan?
Thanks
for your order.
Much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for ordering London's candles. The LondonCandleCompany.com, guys.
Josh
Yeah,
does
just
things
from
for
a-
your eyes. I do things for your nose.
We have this soft bit of beach back there, right? And then we have this little hill coming in. I like that.
Ryan says, I feel like I'm still me.
Yeah.
I think he made him question his own self. He was like, me? Am I still Ryan?
All right, before we get too close up here in the foreground, we need to figure out what's going to happen on those hills back there.
Driftwood.
Again, we're going very lightly over that light area. I want to save it as like the sheen. It's going to be cool.
J Fry RN, look at that sand.
Yeah, right. There's some sandy bits.
That is like perfect. One of the funniest things probably that people don't understand that we struggle with is when you get given the colors, what you're able to do by mixing those colors versus when I try and make candles and I try and get a different type of color.
Right.
The colors that I mix together don't do the same as the paint.
Right.
And so I don't get the same, it's...
Go back to that brown and white mixture over here.
It's very bizarre. If I put brown and white art, I will just get brown and white. I can't do any sort of marbling with the colors that I have.
Oh, I bet you could.
I bet I couldn't. Don't test me.
Just kind of dragging that down, bringing it down. Maybe we'll have a little bit of like grass or something over there. And all we're doing is scooping up a little bit on the knife. There's a little roll, right? We're not going to touch the knife to the canvas. We're just going to let the roll kind of roll out. That's literally it. Let's see. Pull this down over here. Just kind of shaping it how we want it to look. Maybe this guy goes off. We got something happening some which where, right? And the reason we tap the canvas like this is to make it soft, to make it kind of fuzzy and blurry, and to also have, you know, a lighter area where you could continue to add more. So we can go over this with grass or something else. Let's see. That same kind of green, maybe there's a little bit of grass to come down. We need different greens though. It's gotta be different. Need little differences. Maybe there's a little shadow underneath. Then we'll switch back to a different color. Get that brighter color over here. And the more and more we tap at it, the more and more it's gonna kind of blend itself out. Kind of work its way down. And start to look like little grassy covered things. Maybe it's out here too. Why not? Yeah, see, why not? Now we can take a bit of that same kind of dark color mixture that we always use. And maybe there's like a cliff right here. Yeah, buddy, there is now. All right, so we're taking it, scooping it up, kind of getting it longer and longer and longer as it comes towards us, okay? Maybe in there too. Really pulling it down, flattening it out. Pull it down like that, I like that. Okay, we're gonna take our 2-inch brush, the darker one. Maybe we have a cliff that lives right there. That's cool. That's cool to me, guys. Kind of mix up the bottom, get a little bit of fog. Don't want to do it in a straight line, of course. Again, we're not being very rough with it, so we can continue, you know, not too thick anyway, and we can continue to add stuff on top. So now our water comes in, maybe it changes color, maybe we need a little bit more blue. Maybe a little bit more blue even. And we'll bring it in down like this. And we can change our whole scene just based off of what, you know, the lighthouse might look like. And now our water is totally at a different angle. And we'll come back in, really blend these guys out. Just like that. We change our whole water, our whole land. Now we're sat up on this thing over here. We can have a crashing wave. We can put a big rock out in the center out there, which would look really neat. If we had like a big old stone out here. Maybe it takes a lot of beating out here. Looks cool. But come up above your horizon line. If you're not above your horizon line, it's gonna look like it's, you know, just sat down here doing nothing. Doesn't have to be very far, but come up a little bit. And we're trying to get a hard edge on the side. All we're doing. That's literally it. Now we got our little bit of rock that sits in there. We can do more of those too. That looks cool. It looks neat, babe.
Always looks cool, babe.
All right. Just very softly pulling it down because I don't want it to grow too
Tiffany
much.
Cotton is here. She says, sorry I'm late.
Tiffany, she's one of the members, brand new member. You member.
I remember.
You member. She member. Okay. Oh, Josh is losing his mind. Losing his marbles.
It's okay, babe.
There we go. Just like that, we got a little stone sitting out in the water. Looks really neat. Okay, I want to have a little bit of dark line under him, like a little shadowy bit of water line. It doesn't even have to connect all the way across. You don't even need it to. Then we're going to come back a little bit of that white, a little bit of the green. Have like a little brighter little bit of water over here. A little chunky, thick, little textured bit of water, and it looks like it's got some depth because of that dark underneath it. Looks really neat. Trying to grab the edge. You got a little crazy.
That's cool. Tammy just said, at first glance, the rock looked like jaws rising out of the ocean.
Hey, that would be cool. It's like, it's how a shark steps on a Lego, that meme.
If you just literally put a little bit of highlight on the left-hand side of that rock, you could totally make it look like a
That's
shark
the shark mouth.
Yeah.
And there's his eye.
Yeah,
I
but
feel
you don't have to do any of that. You just gotta do a little bit of highlighting and look like his teeth.
Oh, I see. I see what you're talking about. We're doing the shark next time.
Okay.
There we go. All right, nice and thick, textured. Makes it jump out. Stand away from the canvas. This one's kind of out in the water. Let's give him a little bit brighter highlight. He's a little closer to us. Right? Not a straight line down. We're not trying to cover all the little bits. Right? As we go down, it can get darker and darker. It doesn't need to really stand out a lot at the bottom. And then you can come back in and play and change different things, different angles. Where's the light hitting? Where's it not hitting? You know, that's the fun part to me about playing around with the knife. You get all these cool little things happen. It's so cool. And remember, they don't all go the same direction. I see a lot of mountains that, like, you know, everything's going this way. All the swipes are going this way. And you're like, what about another piece of rock that jumped out and was going the other way? Like, that's all you can do? One direction? Come on. I've seen it from, like, good painters too. And I'm like, where's the reality there? There's no reality there. They're not all gonna swipe down. It's not like a, you know, unless you're painting like a tectonic plate or something. It's not all gonna swipe down in the same direction. Okay. Let's really blend this out down here. And we're gonna come up with what our water is gonna look like. I like that it's green underneath there. There we go. These guys need to just be a little bit softer back here is all. Differences in color, right? Can't have it all be the same. Let's see. All right, that I want to be kind of white, sheeny area. So what we're gonna do is take a little bit of our liquid white. Let's see. A little bit of liquid white, a little bit of titanium white, but more liquid white than anything else. And then we're gonna come in and just leave like a good thick line of it, okay? Gotta have a nice, thick, chunky line. Put it down there even. Doesn't make a difference. All over, because we're gonna, when we swipe it down, that we need it to create this whole big bunch of sheen. So it needs to be in different places, all over the place. And then we can come back and add our little bits of wave and stuff like that. Okay. Take a clean brush.
Matt Robinson says, that's awesome. All parts are really cool. I did the sunflowers yesterday. I'm adding this one to the list.
Oh, cool. So we're gonna go straight down with the brush as long as we can, right? All the way to the bottom, why not? All those little bits of white. Now it's look, it looks wet already. Okay, now we're gonna come to the side very lightly, very, very lightly. Now we have this really wet, sheeny little bit of water that we can play with. And it'll continue to stay like that. You can even take a little bit of the brown, start to work our wet sand in. Let it mix together with that. keeping our angles right. Gotta have the right angles. Right? Keep that nice and wet, slick area. Looks really cool. Now we can come back in and add a little bit of like crashing wave. Just a little guy though, nothing too crazy. A couple little ripples here and there, right? A little bit of the darker blue and green mixture that we have up here. And let's give ourselves a little bit of a line. Right? Looks good enough to me. These ones back here, maybe they're in the shadow. They need a little bit darker. Then as we come up here, we're gonna start to see more things. You're gonna need more shadowing, more background, but we're not trying to cover everything either, right? Don't want to cover it all. Then we're gonna see what it looks like. We're gonna pull it back. Pull it back from the sand. Working on our angles though. There we go. Not too bad right there. And these are just our little shadowy bits, right? Now we're gonna come back, grab a little bit more liquid white into our titanium white. So we get this little bit of a line of water. Like a little floating ridge of water. And as we come in, and come out over the top of it, and go back, pull it back, you get all these cool little things start to happen. Just with the knife. That's why it's called a knife. You gotta cut it in. Let it drag off the edges of each side. It doesn't have to look perfect. Just let it drag in there and dump wherever it's gonna dump. Some areas will be bigger and thicker, some areas won't be. And you just work on your little, this could be sea foam, it could be little ripples in the water, it could be anything. Let's see, I want to get a little bit of darker sand in there. So it's not so white. There we go. There we go. Like that. I'm gonna figure out something to put up here. Kind of cover that back area, but we'll figure that out later. We'll figure it out later. For now, we're having fun doing this. Just using the knife. You gotta practice. You gotta cut it in. You gotta be gross with it. You gotta let it get all nasty, get all thick. We can't get a little bit more of a wave out here. Again, let it just get gross. It doesn't have to look, the water is all kind of messy. So we're gonna have all this little foamy action happening. And if we don't like it, we can always take it and change it up. Make it look different. Add colors, take away colors, lights, darks, water. Wada, wada, wada. Right? Pull it back away from itself too, like it's kind of leading in. And just work at it until you like the way that it looks, right, babe? We always say that.
Jonathan says add driftwood and some beach grass on the left corner.
That's a cool idea. The little cattails.
Yeah.
Very, very lightly. Like just air. I'm just trying to fan it.
Just air.
Yeah. Here I'm pushing a little bit harder because I'm trying to get that guy to look a certain way. And we can come back in with the water. A little bit of wave action. A little bit thicker. Little things happening all over the place. All over. There we go. It's all about having a little bit of dark underneath your thickest lines. You gotta have some dark in there. Gives it a little bit of shadow, a little bit of color, a little bit of darkness, a little bit of light. And again, you can just sit there. If you don't even like a spot, you can just sit there and mess with it. And until you step back and you go, oh wow, that actually looked pretty cool.
Chris on YouTube says the rock in the foreground should have a bit more reflection.
Oh, down underneath?
Potentially.
No worries. No worries. I love when people tell me how to paint.
You knew that was coming. If you didn't know that was coming, you don't watch the channel
Yeah,
often
right.
enough.
I love when people tell me how to paint.
Oh, shut up and do it.
There we go. Just like that. We can go back over all of that. And now we have a reflective bit of rock back in there that I'm going to end up covering anyway. But yeah, you do not have to settle, guys, right? Don't have to settle. You can go back. You can add that reflection. So who was that said that? Good call.
An individual called Chris on YouTube.
Good call, Chris. Just gives you a chance where you can show how you can go back and do something different. You can change the look. You can do anything you set your mind to. I like it. Yeah, good call on that, Chris. I love making like real messy water. You get that like sea foam. Very, very lightly going over everything. Keep that real reflectiveness in there.
Hey guys, if you don't think that you receive enough behind the scenes footage, you are welcome to go over to Patreon, where Josh posts behind the scenes stuff for his painting and his art studio and things like that. Stuff that you don't see on any other platform. The link is up on YouTube right now.
The Patreon link.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah, just sit here and play and play and play all day.
David Sutter said, "Think your rock needs a friend."
Ha! Everyone needs a friend. Even my little rock guy. I like that. It's cool. All right, yeah, we could do some like cattails over here in the corner. I like that idea. I like that idea. It's just bits where it's like too much of the same color. You guys know me. I don't like it too much of the same color. It's pretty neat. Put one way out there. Way off in the distance. Just a little guy though. What's cool about just using the liquid white is being able to just blend it away if you don't want it.
The canvas is a 30 by 30.
Yep, 30 by 30 canvas this time, guys. Nice big sucker. There we go. Just very small. Very small little waves way off in the distance. It's very cool though. Very cool, guys. A little bit of wave coming over the top of this guy in this little dark area. Just trying to let it drag off of the back of the knife or the front of the knife, whichever side I'm using. Just trying to let it drag off of there. Leaving a little bit of a ridge. Making it real messy. Because when you get all this foam kind of built up, it's all being pulled in and pulled out at different times. So it's got to be messy. There we go.
Chris is asking where you got your 30 by 30 canvas.
I got it from Hobby Lobby actually. Triple primed 30 by 30. I find that Hobby Lobby has better canvases. Like they're just better made than Michael's. What we got going on over there? What's this nonsense? All right. Shoot, we could even take and put a little bit of ripple out here on the edge. Right? A couple little bits of water way out. Something happening around the corner. That's the fun bit to me. There we go. Always got to finish the sides, guys. Make it darker down around the bottom than at the top. I like having the corners dark. There we go. Man, that looks cool. I like it. I like that. I'm not sure that I like this hill, though. I don't know that I like that. We put a couple little bits, little starters of our some of our cattails off there. Let's see. Just coming out of the sand. All right, let's see what we can do. Grab a little bit of our low odor mineral spirits into that kind of dark color, just so we can make the shadows of our little guys, right? And then they're gonna come out, just kind of flying over the edge, filling up that empty space in between, right? Gives you something to look at right here. Now, why don't we do a couple little popcorn buds, right? Little hot dog deals. What are you guys whispering about?
Daily stuff.
Girly stuff?
So I don't look like a huge monster. Thank you.
Girly stuff. Okay. A little bit of the green, and we're gonna see if we can't, with our smallest little fan brush, just leave like a little wisp off the top. Yeah, just like that. Again, these are real far away. You don't really have to focus on them a lot. Just a couple little things happening out there. Couple little things. Things happening down in the bush, and then we'll take it. Swipe it, leaving a little bit of that darker kind of green shadow underneath. And we can come back in with our dirt and just kind of adjust that until we like the way that it looks. There we go. Now we'll put another bigger one down here. We could do, I really want to put a tree in, man. We could put like pine trees off here, going back away. We really could. Should we just leave it, babe? Should we just leave it? Yeah, we don't need nothing off the back there. It's fine. It's fine though. There's a couple little bits of grass that came down on the beach down in there. Not too many though. We don't want to have too many little things to focus on real far away. So just very small, just little, it's like a little imperfection. They're like, oh, there's more little bits of grass or something growing further off in the distance, right? Or another, it's a continuation of this grass coming down, and maybe it builds up back over here again. This is the fun part about the way we paint, guys.
Jacob Hayes says, Josh, what easel are you using?
I can't remember the name of it, but it's in my Amazon shop. It's like $130 or something, which wasn't too terribly bad, I thought, for this easel. It's very big. It holds a big amount of canvas, and you know, even on the small ones, I have to sit up. I got to reach up a little bit higher, but not a big deal to me. But I think it's like $130. It's in my shop. Let's see. In my Amazon shop, I can't even remember the name. I think it's a Meaden, actually. Yeah, it's a Meaden easel. And you guys know I love that. I know that I love those little Meaden micro liner brushes. Just really trying to make that a little softer back there. Don't want to kill all the differences in color because I like them back there, but I want to have a little bit of green grass grow over the top of them. So we're gonna have a little bit of liquid white on our fan brush, and maybe we get some bits that just fall down and start to grow over the edge. Just so long as they touch each other, right? That's all that matters. Don't want to have too many. A couple little danglers kind of growing over the edge. This canvas is so bouncy.
Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy.
Just trying to soften the edge of that like little break wall. A little bit of grass hanging over. It's kind of cool. This bit's too light. There we go. Way off in the distance. And if there is something out there, that means there would be something kind of crashing back in here. Right? You can imagine more water back there. I can imagine it. That's why I painted it there. Ha ha! Okay. Ha ha! Ha ha! There we go. Yeah. It looks like further off water being crashed back there. Let's add just a little bit while I looked at it. There's no like...
Thank you, John.
There's no like spray right here. There's nothing happening as the water's coming crashing into that area.
It's actually on sale right now, the easel, for $120.
Oh, nice. Put a little bit of stone wall out there, just because. Just because. It's like a little stone, water crashing into it back there. It's a little mist. There's like a whole nother cove back where we can't see. Cannot see it back there. This is how you blend with a palette knife. Just kind of back and over and over and over again until it looks right. There we go. A little bit of water crashing off of that guy. Maybe just continuing on. And we're about done, guys. We really are about done. I need to put something here, like another something. Maybe more stones. Maybe something. Don't know what. What do you guys think?
I think it looks amazing. I think you literally need to do nothing else.
We need a couple more big, like cattail bushes. So let's get some blue and black, crimson, just right here, make it up. What time is it anyway? Good night. All right, let's do a couple. All right, we're gonna twist them all around very lightly on the fan brush though. All right, very lightly pushing, and that way we're creating this very sharp edge quite easily, I would say. All right, they're gonna have to come up and push stuff back. So we have to make them as long or as big as we need in order to push something way off in the distance. And these ones are looking mighty fine. Right, all we're doing, just making a couple little things. It's really it. Trying to get them with sharp edges on them though. So you go back, get your knife, get your paint more knife-like on your brush, and then bring them down. And if you have to push harder, it's going to make the thing extend. You don't want it to extend. So go back, get more, and you'll get that nice sharp line right there. It looks kind of cool. Let's do a couple more over here. Like we're looking above these bushes or something. And you see we come into the water. You have to. You got to push it back. Got to push it back. Make it get out of there, man. Not too much, though. London always goes, oh, don't do more. Right, hon?
Yep.
Here we go. Couple little bushes. We can't see the bottom of this one, but we're going to be able to see the bottom of this one. Does it look like cattails to anybody?
Yeah, of course it does. Jacob Pius says, dagger brush will change your life.
Ah.
We're going to have to buy one.
Yeah, right. There we go. Couple little things happening. You can kind of get thicker as they go down to the bottom in my mind. So it's going to cover up more of that space. Don't even really have to do much of anything to
Hey, Josh.
like to highlight them. Yeah,
Is
what's
your
up?
lighthouse on or off?
It's on. Who's saying it's off?
I'm just wondering if you're doing any sort of light beam or...
That would be cool if we could get it to look right. It's all about the angle.
So just do it going the... Yeah, I was going to say, no. Instead of going to the right, just do it to the left. It'll make its way round.
Yeah, right. It's pointing towards land. That's funny.
But it goes in a circle.
True.
So just do it off to the left instead, and then you don't have to.
There we go. Look at that. I like that. I can even do one more over here too. Might as well. Now that it's starting to look so good, might as well do some more. Got to cover over our little guy back here. Not too much though. Off the side. Bam, bam, bam. I like it. Really make it dark down here though. Don't allow that sandy color to show through. Making some real tall ones up the side. That's only for the buyer to see, because these canvases are so thick you can literally do that. You can do a whole little mini scene right on the side. Alright, maybe we're gonna see the top edge of this guy. Just a couple little things popping out. There we go. I like that a lot better. I like that better. There we go. These things keep growing on you. Boom, boom, boom. All right, now we'll put a couple corn dogs on the end of them, call it a day. Right, babe?
Yep.
Couple corn dogs. Trying to make these ones a little bit darker in color. Don't want to have them all be the same though, right? Because why, guys? Differences in color. Right. He's got it on his shirt. Poor guy's got to wear it on his shirt all the time. There we go. Okay, let's get rid of all the thick color off this brush now. I think we'll call it a day with this brush. Got that. Got all this. Give people a chance to catch up.
Susan Chambers said, I like the way you give criticism and take criticism. That shows that you're always learning and being educated by being open-minded and not offended.
Definitely. Definitely. I learn every day. I'm showing you guys how to do stuff I would do, right? That means I need to learn how to do it first. So every painting that we do is a learning experience. You know, how do we do an igloo? Well, I tried it and then we messed with it for a while until it looked right. Or we have other things where someone might say the angle's not right, or the window should, like Andy said that one time, the window should be a little bit higher or bigger compared to the door size or whatever. And I knew he was right. I just didn't want to go fix it. But I knew he was right. All right. Clean these off. We'll highlight the bottom of these guys. Throw a couple corn dogs on and call it a day. Call it a day, man. That. What else did we use today? These two. Boom, 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 boom. What was Bailey in here asking about?
Oh, how she washes and tones her face.
Oh.
See, I told you, you're not even interested.
Yeah, don't care.
Nope, figured as much.
Okay, let's put a couple little doggers on here. Now I'm going to come back into my mineral spirits, so it's very wet and runny. Right? That way it'll stick very easily just by touching the brush. There we go. Just by touching it, kind of going back and forth side to side, you get this little corn dog look. Little corn dog. There we go. Got to have a tip throughout the back of them. All right. Corn dog here. Maybe this guy's got a little corn dog on him. Here we go. can totally hear you guys whispering. It's not distracting at all to hear you guys whispering while I'm trying to do a video. All right. Bam, bam, bam. Don't need to make them too big, right? But those ones haven't popped yet. They're not all going to be exposed. So we gotta give a couple of these a little bit more time in order to pop out, right? I love this little mini brush for these little corn dogs. It's awesome. Corn dogs. There we go. All right, now we're gonna take our micro fan brush to make the ends give it that little wispy look. All right, we're gonna take this fan brush right here, and we might as well kind of get some of that green going again. A little green, a little blue. Kind of find a spot till we like the color, right? Don't need all that liquid white though. You need liquid white in order to get it to stick on there easily, but you don't need all that liquid white. And that's like too much blue now. There we go. Okay, we're gonna take it, kind of pull it off to the side, just a little bit, like 2 little swipes. Just kind of goes off to the side like that. We may even need, on some of these closer ones, to do the shadows first. This guy looks like, where does all that yellow paint come from? Oh wow, look at that, I drug down, grabbed a whole bit of yellow off of there. The yellow's like, hey, count me in. All right, we'll bring some yellow in then. Change up the look of these guys. Again, they don't all have to look the same. You just want them to be kind of flowy and wispy, like they're blowing in the wind. Makes them look kind of cool. A little bit thicker on the top, thinner on the bottom though. Come back, wipe that off, a little bit of liquid white into our little greener color. Right? A little bit of green on the edge. Don't need a whole lot. Really don't. Over here where we have all this blue, we need to have dark shadow underneath our little cattail. That'll give us something to kind of grip our brush with our highlight paint. Just like that. Not too many. Not too many. A couple little swipes. Remember, they don't all have to look the same. Okay, now we'll come back, that liquid white, the green, the yellow. Give ourselves a little bit of highlight, but not covering all the dark shadow. Put it there for a reason, but we just do want a little bit of highlight on there. Just a little. Just enough to stick. There we go. What do you think, babe?
I think it looks stunning. I've said that from the beginning.
Oh.
How many paintings do you do in average in a week? Clive Gibson asks.
About 2. I try to do about 2, and one either on Saturday or Sunday, and then one on one on Friday or Saturday, and then one on Sunday. I have to paint my Wednesday video on the weekends so you guys can paint it on Wednesday live. Because I don't have the time. There we go. A little bit of water back underneath there. Made a slight error. Here we go. A little error that we had to go back and fix. All right. Again, just want the littlest bit of color. Don't want to cover up all of the shadow underneath. Just a little bit of color in there is all we need. I like it though. Looks good. We can add a little bit of color on these closer ones. Just down the stalks. Again, not covering up the whole thing because we gotta have a shadowy side back there. Just kind of decide which one kind of lays in front of the other one. Bam. Just like that, guys. we go. Bing, bang, boom. I hope you guys like this one. Who's going to give this one a try? My question.
I think everybody.
Okay, who's going to give the old Lighthouse a try?
I was serious. I think everybody.
Everyone, huh?
Yep.
A little bit of that phthalo green, the same kind of mixture that we were making, and only covering about half the stock. So you can see there's a light side and a dark side to everything, right? Come in with the dark on some of these, make them darker. That's what happens when you get overly crazy and cover up too much of your stock with that same color. You gotta have dark in there too. And just kind of mixing them randomly, you get all these little different shadows and different things that are happening on all these little guys down here. It's really cool. Really neat. All right, let's take our half round brush, because why not? We haven't got that dirty yet today. Maybe come down, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of green, a little bit more liquid white though. I really want it to stick. And then just gonna touch ever so lightly in certain places. And then we're gonna leave other places dark. See what I mean?
Joe Santos says, good morning, sorry I missed it. I was trying to cook. Anyway, the painting is absolutely beautiful. Good job, Josh.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Again, we don't want to cover too much.
You want me to run down and get the other painting ready?
Oh yeah, please. Don't want to cover up too much. Gotta leave the dark areas in there. A little bit of our running out of our liquid white. That's the problem. A little bit of dark area, a little bit of light. You gotta save some though. You can't cover it all. A little bit lighter in there. A little bit of mixture, a little difference in color. All these little things are happening down inside these bushes. But I want to leave it nice and dark down around the bottom. Maybe scrape in a couple little sticks and twigs, kind of holding up the stuff down here. Who knows? Get them to come out everywhere. All over the place. All over. All over, Rova. Let's sign down here today. A nice dark blue. All right, well, I hope you guys like this one. I haven't really heard a lot of comments from London today, so, you know, if you guys aren't talking to her, then I won't be able to respond to you, but, you know, this one really came out great. I like it. I like it. Let's see. I can hear London coming up the stairs with the painting for Wednesday. So if you want to see what you got coming out on Wednesday for you guys to paint, then hang... Oh, right
I
here.
bought a candle too.
Oh, cool. Where's the... Oh, yeah. So here's what we're going to do on Wednesday, guys. Nice little cool, like down in the bottom of some little basin, water flowing fog. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. Put that down over here.
Everybody's screaming for birds.
Oh.
Candle!
Oh, sorry. Come on the camera.
No, babe.
She never wants to come on camera, guys. Look at these
Because
London
it's-
candles.
Don't dip it up. Some fowls will fall out.
The London candle. It's 6 ounce, all glittery inside. You can literally watch it burn and like trip out on all the movement that you see inside the candle. They're really cool. She did me one too, but I'm afraid to light it because all the paint might just light up the side. But they're really neat. Go to the LondonCandleCompany.com. This is like the new container that we're using, and it's really cool. I really like it. Really, really, really. So, we need the birds, and that's it, right?
Yes.
Let's see. And then, yeah, I can't wait to see your guys' version of Seascapes, Sunday Seascapes episode 4. That is an achievement. We've been doing this, well, it's actually 5 weeks, because we did the very first one on week 0. And that's when I came up with the idea. Back on week 0. There we go. Got that, got that. Only need one little brush left. And my yardstick. Oh, it's over here. Okay, we're going to come into that kind of dark, bluish, blackish mixture. Really like twist and pull out with our brush. our little micro famers. Where's our family gonna go over here?
Oh, gee.
I think they're gonna fly over this way. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Orion's belt style. Me, myself, my daughter. We go into every painting that we do around here. It's the only way we get to travel. By going and flying and seeing what you guys are painting. So we always recommend if you have, 5 members in your family, put 5 birds. If it's just you, put 1 bird, But that's how I kind of like to sign mine. Gives a little bit of, just a little touch of like personality in there, right? Personabilism. And the birds are not a unique thing. People have been doing that forever, but what they represent to me is why they go into each one of my paintings. So, man, this one will look really cool with a UFO, guys.
Stop it.
Hovering,
Joshua.
I don't know.
Joshua.
Should we try to do the light beam now? Screw it. I like it the way it is. If you guys want to have yours casting light out over your scene, then you can do that. But look, we've already gone over 10 minutes. Just waiting. Just trying to be nice for you guys. Look at this. What are we waiting for? I don't know.
I don't know why I'm yawning.
Okay,
Okay, well, tell the people.
go back to bed. Okay, well, I really hope you guys try this one. You don't have to.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, you don't have to do it on a 30 by 30 canvas. You could do it on a 12 by 12 or a 14 by 14. Doesn't have to be this big.
It could be on a 1 by 1.
It could be on a little 3 by 3 or whatever. But it doesn't have to be this big. You can use the same techniques. Just use less paint. Less is more, right? If you put too much on there, you can never take it away. So start less. You can always add and add and add and add until it looks the way you want it to look. But yeah, this painting will be available in my Etsy store. You can go to paintwithjosh.etsy.com. You can go to paintwithjosh.com to get all the stuff, the shirts, the hats, everything that's in my Etsy store is also on paintwithjosh.com. I have some of my favorite videos streaming on paintwithjosh.com. So you can just go there and watch my favorite videos.
You have paint all over your face.
Do I?
Turn your head.
Oh, we got to do the glitter.
Oh.
Where's the glitter?
I don't know. Please be.
So yeah, go to paintwithjosh.com. Go everywhere. And if you want to sign up for the classes, then you go right through YouTube. Look at that, got on the side of me. Sign up straight through YouTube, and YouTube will pay me my little cut. So, all right, we're gonna take a little bit of the, what kind of glitter?
Learn how to speak, babe.
Recollections Glitz Fine Glitter, okay? This thing is like really heavy. All right, just gonna do a couple little swipes, that's it. That's all you need. I'm gonna tighten this sucker back up before it falls over. There we go. Okay, where's the thing? All right, well, thanks for watching, guys. And again, this painting will be available. We might do prints of it. We could do all sorts of stuff. Put it on a phone case. It'll only be this, though. It's just that ratio. But until then, we'll see you guys on Wednesday for that brand new video down inside the basin on a black canvas. Looks really neat. It was a lot of fun to do. And yeah, I'm going to edit that this week and get it out on Wednesday for you. And then we'll see you next Sunday for Sunday Seascapes episode 5, where who knows what we'll do. I don't even know. I didn't know we were going to do this, so. But until we see you next time, right? Could be on Wednesday, could be on Sunday. But until we see you again, take a breath. Go to the LondonCandleCompany.com. Purchase London's candles poured in our kitchen. New hemp wicks, 100%. What's the thing?
Soy.
Well, 100% soy, but also non-GMO, like none of the bad stuff. That's
there's no parabens.
No parabens, all that stuff.
There's no sulfates.
Right, all clean wax. Burns very clean with the hemp wick too. So, and it's nice and even. Brand new designs, new colors, new glitter, all mica powder, all sorts of stuff. So, again, can't wait to see you guys next week. And yeah, what's up, hon?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Just my drink.
Sweet. Well, we'll see you guys next week. I can't wait to. Who's going to be the first one to send this one in and let me see it? Because that's what I'm waiting for. So, hope I was able to convey how to paint it easily enough for you to understand. And until we see you guys next time, take care and all right, have a good day. See you later. Goodbye.